Hey everyone, I wanted to shoot a quick video. Today I got in a question from Richard, who is in our group and who actually doesn't live that far away from me. He's like a couple of cities over. But he wanted to know about social media links and if he should be adding social media links to his website. And is it possible that his social media would then outrank his website? So I wanted to go over it just a little bit. I liked the question a lot because it's something to consider. So I do add social media links to my websites. That alone won't get them to pass up your website in the SERPs, but you can send tons of links to social media and other types of properties. And it is possible, depending on other factors like the URL and the meta title that's allowed within the social media, it is possible to outrank your actual website. So if you don't want to outrank your website, don't send tons and tons of links to social media or tier ones, that type of thing. It just depends on what you want to happen. So a lot of people will send tons of links to outrank, or not actually outrank themselves, but to actually take up more than a few spots in the SERPs. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. But typically our social media is in our branded name, typically. And the branded name either has a partial match or no keyword match. So the odds are of it outranking for your actual keywords is a lot less, although it can still be done. So I don't think we really have to pay that much attention to it unless you're pumping in tons of links to your profiles. But I wanted to give you a little bit of an example of not necessarily social media, but if you go to Austin SEO Consultants or Austin SEO Consultant, you will see a very ugly, hideous Google website ranking above my website. You can just look for my complicated last name and you'll see it in the descriptions. And that was actually a project where I didn't want the Google site to overtake my website or to rank higher, but I was working on another aspect of SEO. And that is an example of ranking higher than your site. That site has actually ranked in those spots for those terms above my website for the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 years, and I haven't touched it since then. But I thought it was pretty funny because one, I didn't necessarily want it to overtake my website, but two, I was testing out some other factors, but it became like a huge topic for either conferences or just when I'm getting to meet people. Everyone seems to have seen it and kind of gets a big laugh out of it. But that is an example of sending over way too many links, and it will actually overpower your site. So it just kind of depends on how you do it and what you're doing. So Richard, I wouldn't be too concerned with, setting up your social media links within your website, even sending over a couple of links. You're not necessarily going to take over for your keywords right away. It does take a lot more than that to get it to happen. So I hope that answered your question, and I'll see you in the group.